It is October the 20th is Monday. I know I haven't been in front of the camera. It's where I get most of my likes, which I'm very flattered. I am age 58. I'm trying to put my little spot together. I haven't been on this in like 4 years, my bar. I've been everywhere but on my bar. Remember, I used to go outside, do picnics. I have so many picnics. I lost my first channel. But at the end of the day, and I missed my picnic readings, but at the end of the day, we're going to look at how women view you men. I don't care if you're part of LGBTQ. I don't care. But let's look at how women view you, and let's do it real quick. It is what it is, right? How do women view you? I think the verdict is not out yet. It depends. That's all I can get. I don't feel anything. My right foot is burning. So you could be at the crossroads in your life. You could have been the type of person that got hurt, and so you play women, and you haven't really made the connection and did your healing and understand your triggers and your dysfunction. That's my nose ring. You know what I mean? Some of you could not be great fathers. Some of you could be good fathers. Some of you could have made the connection. Like, this is kind of bordering, right? You know what I'm saying? So, because I can't feel anything. I still see arguing, fussing, some disrespect. But then I also see, chivalry ain't dead, very caring, loving, kind type men. Yeah, this is, I can't read this one. One was different and two was different. And 8 billion people on the planet. How do women view the men that chose pile 3? How do women view the men that, I see sex, I see lust, I see temptation, but then I see a drive, like an ambitious drive, workaholic, but then I see potential. But then I see the lack of motivation. Like, how do women view the men that chose pile 3? Help me to get out of so. Is this upside down? I'm doing it to 4 swords. You could have a hard time concentrating, staying focused. You could be scattered approach to life, to thinking. You could go into different directions. Maybe they might feel like you don't take time. You could be very reactionary. You don't really take time to think something through. You could be a risk taker or very impulsive. Or maybe you say stuff that you don't mean to say and then it comes out and then you can't take it back. Because this way, you take some time out, reflect, think things over, cut out external people, places, and things. How do women view you? But you could be very impressionable, what your friends think, your women friends think, your besties, or, you could be a follower, you could be very authoritarian type parent, or you could be an autonomy. I was an autonomy type parent, let my kids have, a say. You could be rebellious. How do women view, came upside down, that's very rare. You might not think things through as much as you think that you do. So you could be a person that have preferences, right? So we'll give an example. So say you're an older man, you know what I mean? And you like women with red hair. As long as they have red hair, you like them. You don't care about their character, or or she got a big butt, or or just because she's young, or you like older women. You don't give younger women a chance. Like, it's like, this is gonna be hard, right? How do women view you? I think they don't know how they view you yet, right? These are women that you're married to, in love with, thinking about, or they're crushing on you. Maybe they're hard to read. How do women view pile 3? I'm going to cut this short because I can't pick up this energy, and I am not putting this out here. I say that all the time, and I still put it out there. How do women view, you could be flip-floppy. You could be undecisive. You could look good one time, and then you look toe down the next. You could be confident and then not confident. You could have some highs and lows. I feel a lot of mental in here, struggles, or overcompensating, or very egotistical, or very caring and love. Like, how do women view men in pile 3? That's my tarot card reader. Where's my psychic? If I see her, You could be bisexual. You could be down low. They could not know what they're getting into if it don't have to do with your sexuality. Like your mood swings might be up and down. Like, stay away from me, because I can't do that. Like, some women can deal with those type of men, you know what I mean? You know, operate out of that feminine energy, you know, smothering, obsessive, possessive, needy, controlling, or you could be, you know, domineering, you know, tyrant, you know what I mean? Or you could be nice and kind and sweet and loving and compassionate, empathetic leaders, and you know what I mean? You know what you want today, and the next week you're pessimistic, operating out of fear, flip-flop. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know what I mean? Or what you want, baby? Yeah, you could guide me. We could talk together. We could work together. We can collaborate. Flip-floppy energy. Do you like me? Do you want me? We're going to go on a date? Yeah. Then you call me back and tell me, well, I got to go to the hospital. I don't feel good. Or, you know, you texting me consistent. This is how women view you. And next thing you know, you stop. You ghost me. Or you talking to me 2 months later like nothing didn't happen. This flip-floppy energy. Oh, I thought we had a connection. I thought we were going to reinvest and work on our relationship, husband, wife, boyfriend, or girlfriend. Or you could just, somebody that you like in a DM long distance, and you know, you come off really, really good and everything. The next thing you know, I find out you got a wife, or you got a husband, or you're down low, or you just don't feel like being bothered. None of that. You heterosexual man, I don't feel like being bothered. You got these mood swings. So did I say flip-floppy energy? How do women view you? They can't read you because I don't feel like you're consistent. You could have some mental health issues. You could have some dysfunction that you haven't worked on. I'm not a psychiatrist or psychologist or a doctor, anything licensed like that. If you feel like you need some medical help, please reach out to Google or some kind of licensed professional and find you somebody to talk to. I think that you drive women up and down because you're not consistent. You have these mood swings up, you know, it's just, you know, and then when you're optimistic, and I mean, oh my God, I fell in love with him. Oh my God, he's so optimistic. And the next time I see you, what's wrong with you? What is it? What's wrong with you? Yeah, you could be a good father, and then, you know, or you could project and take your, you know, stuff out on your kids, or, you know, your woman, your girlfriend, you know, or, you know, somebody you're dating. You know what I mean? I just don't see any consistency. I've seen imbalance, right? Now, there's 8 billion people on the planet. I'm not trying to beat up on anybody. I'm doing intuitive, and I'm just looking at my cards, and I just feel like there's a lot of flip-floppy energy. Depending on what day of the week it is how we, you know, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time. I don't know how he gonna be, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that's good, how women view you, because I like consistency, you know, consideration. You know what I mean? I think that you're not very balanced, and so I feel like that's how women view you. Now, I could be wrong, but I feel like that's how it went. Flip-floppy energy. And a lot of you guys are, not all, you know, and there's nothing wrong with it. You could be struggling with your sexuality, you know, maybe, because, you know, there's women now, they date bisexual men. Ain't a big deal. A lot of them bisexual, there's heterosexual women. As long as you're upfront with them, you know, you bisexual is cool. But then there's some men, they want to hide it, and they want to be deceptive, and, you know what I mean? And they say one thing, and they come off perfect, and then they have this whole other life. Or if it ain't bisexuality or down low or anything like that, you could have, you know, 2 women. You know, or, you know, a family on the other side of town. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. How women view you. Flip-floppy energy. Yeah, you could be very ambitious, but then you could be lazy. How women view you, and I could be wrong, too. Mental, really no stability. You could be doing really, really good. Business entrepreneur, looking good and everything, and then something happened, and next you know, you're sad. You don't want to come out the room and keeping your house or your apartment nice or your condo, or you lost everything. You get what I'm saying? You could have some addictions, gambling addiction, drug addictions, alcohol, sex addictions, chasing money, chasing fame, fortune, forgetting to balance, forgetting about your family, you know, your kids, your girlfriend, your wife, or you're dating, or you could let yourself go, or you could be the opposite, you know, into that power. I'm a leader, I'm in control. Everybody want to see what you got to say. You know, you're communicating very well, effectively, you know, pushing yourself to be the best and everything. And then it flips to another side. You know? Flip-floppy. How do women view you? I'm sorry, fuck, I'm beating up on you. How do women view you, pal 3? Flip-flopping. How do women view you? You could be mouthy, or you could do silent treatment. You know, silent treatments and stuff is mental abuse. People got to know what toxicity. People be in relationships. My aunts and uncles been married 20 and 30 years. Do they talk? No. That's toxic relationship. They don't talk. They don't talk. Oh, they just function, right? So you could be a person that you do silent treatments. You could be very cold. You could be emotionally unavailable, distant. You could be like to talk. On the flip side, talk, communicate, mental stimulation, very fun, happy, you know what I'm saying? Let me help. Let me be an assistant, provider. Or we work together. We collaborate, and everything. Or you could be the opposite, cold, withdrawn, isolated to yourself, alien, makes a woman feel alienated. You cause a lot of mental. I feel like Pal 3, I'm doing a reading. It's still a reading, only take about 10%. I think you cause women a lot of mental. So when I get with you, I think I got a good thing. And next thing you know, you telling me that, we arguing, we fussing, or, you got some mommy daddy issues, or your mother, your outside, or father, or sibling rivalry, or you got some intrusive people in our relationship. Now, if women looking in, this could be a man that you dealt with. You know what I'm saying? You love them and everything, but he had a whole other side. That meme where they go, you think you know me, but you really don't have no idea who I am. Like, the tip of the iceberg, but there's a whole other thing at the bottom. This person could be like that. Now the whole other thing could be good, or the whole other thing could be bad. It's like taking a risk. How do women view Pal 3? So I can get it on. Gonna make my salmon. How do women view Pal 3? I could be wrong. Flip-floppy, indecisive, highs and lows, optimistic, pessimistic, don't know what you're gonna get. Life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're gonna get. Pal 3. Love bomber. Love bombing is like when you want me to have an emotional connection with you. I'm gonna get Terry like me, care about me, love me, and then you breadcrumb me, you drop me, you ghost me, or you ignore me, or vague conversation. It's not real clear communication. Or we both like each other, we feeling each other, we seducing each other, we love each other, we care about each other, but it's short lived. Like you really good at. I'm generalizing. It's a 18 plus adult material language. It's entertainment purposes only take about 10%. You're good at short-term relationships. They can't predict you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't love a man like this because I can't read him. Right when I think it's good, next thing you know, he's sad, he's depressed, or he has some mental health issues, or he's angry, or he's mad about something. No mental health, angry, mad, pent up regression and bitterness and resentment, or very loving and kind. This is I don't even know what kind of reading is this. I'm going to end this and give you a couple more cards, because these are the men that women need to stay away from because they're toxic. They haven't done their healing, their dysfunction. And every time you see Terry in a comment on Twitter or, wherever I'm at, I'm saying everybody pushing relationships, but nobody's pushing healing. And I watched that panel. I love that conversation panel. And they have all these people talking, Dr. Cheyenne Bryan, she's beautiful, and it's a kitty, and they're very eloquent and everything, but ain't nobody pushing healing. They pushing everything but healing. Nobody needs to be talking about being in any relationships till you start working on your dysfunction, your triggers, your antecedents, what makes you upset, looking in the mirror. Why are you attracting these type of men and women? Is it mommy issues, daddy issues? This is your upbringing. How was your chronological order? Were you the oldest? Were you the middle child? You know what I'm saying? Did y'all eat where y'all live? Did you move a lot? How was your relationship with your family? Was your grandmother have favoritism? How did your uncles and aunts treat you? Did they make you compete, compare? Put you in competition, willingly, unwillingly, consciously, unconsciously. Participants, willing, unwilling, participants, intentional, all this plays a part on relationships. And I think the men that pick Pal 3, you could be good as gold, but then you can flip the script. And I would say women stay away from these type of men until they get back centered and grounded and work on their healing. And that's how women view you. It's not about them not loving you, right? Or caring about you, or finding you attractive, or a provider, or you seductive, or that type of man. But you flip the script, and it's very scary, right? Because they can't predict your behavior, right? So how do women view you? You're unpredictable. You're flip-floppy. You put them out in the cold. They can't plan. Even if you're a husband and a wife, you've been married 30 years. Right? I feel like your wife had to compromise to be with you. Let grandpa get the big chicken. You got to walk on eggshell. Don't upset him. You get what I'm saying? I couldn't take Carl. I couldn't stand Carl from Good Time. Carl was military. Somebody could be in the military, could have PTSD. You couldn't say nothing to Carl. Florida couldn't say nothing to Carl. Carl was so controlling. He was upset. He was uptight. Oh, don't send me Carl. Oh, you got some addictions? Oh, you're not gonna tell me that? I got to deal with that. I got to nurse you. I got to parent you. I got to point you in a direction. And then everything that you do, it plays a part on the woman because your family, your friends, and your community looking at you. Oh, she been with him. He on crack. That makes you look bad. That's why I had to step back and say I cannot get back into relationships until I figure out why am I attracting what I say I want, but I attract who I am because I'm a healer. I think I can save everybody. Plus, I was operating out of dysfunction, thinking that my parents were the best parents in the world, ignoring alcoholism, ignoring moving and going to different schools, or ignoring relatives and grandparents and all that, and the favoritism and competition. That plays a part. Power 3 for men. And I think that this is the power where men really need to look at some of your behaviors. What is this? Magician. You need to be manifesting stability, financial stability. If it's love, if it's a communication, this is the so it would be chalice, emotions, be emotionally balanced, caring, empathetic, loving, understanding, forgiving, not smothering, obsessive, possessive, mean-spirited, anything with emotions, highs and lows. You know what I mean? You need to work on that. This is how women view you. Swords, you could be, verbally aggressive, verbally sparring, mean-spirited, say stuff, revengeful, agitated, thrifty, miser, or you could be overly spending, braggadocious. Oh God, I just want to say. I have to say, but somebody's name can start with a G. That's what I'm going to say if you're looking at this, because I know I hate to say your name, but you know what I'm saying? Or you could be, very loving, kind, but then you could flip the script. You could chase, sex and lust. You know what I'm saying? You have to manifest. Throw your swords down, work on your healing, don't operate out of that. And I feel like that's how women view you. So you could be more satisfied with yourself as a man, more content. I do feel like the men I do feel like you're women's wish fulfillment. They want you, they love you. They don't have a hard time falling in love with you. You know how you say you dot all the I's and cross the T's. It's that flip-floppy shit. I met a man like that. I was like, oh my God, we got this great connection. And then when I started peeling the onion, I was like, he always in some shit. Or he's not mentally stable, or he's a big dreamer, and it's off and on. And everything he say is not consistent. And who is this? And who is that? And what is this? And then you start pulling the onions away, and you're like, it ain't me, it's you. Talk about my past. You get what I'm saying? Flip-floppy. Look for 5 of coins. Money, instability. Impulsive, risky behavior. How do women view you? All powers are not going to be the same. I wouldn't be a seer or a tarot card reader if I give everybody sugarcoating readings, because that's not how it is. That's not how life is. I wish it was that simple. Everything is peaches and cream and everything is great. Because there's always, I don't do my readings for everybody. I do my readings for one person. And I have always been like that. And this will be 7 years in January. I always think about one person that I could be helping by sharing my stories. I can't give you everything, right? You know what I'm saying? But I can share enough for you can understand you're not the only one. You know what I'm saying? We've all been through stuff. Now, if other people, identify, you know what I'm saying, and they can relate, good. They got something out of it. I'm not here to, I hope everybody like my reading, because that's not my gift. I'm here for encouragement and support. Encouragement, support, help me to get out of myself and my ego. That's my, what I say, right? How do women view men that chose power 3? I'm not looking for negative card. King of Hazard. You could be all about money and greed and lust and, the bling bling. Ain't no more the bling bling, ain't no more money, ain't no more greed, but to excess, right? Anything to excess. And then when you have money, what comes with money? Access and privilege, and you get the better looking women. You know what I'm saying? If you're bisexual or you're men or whatever, you get to do, you could be very controlling. You could be very greedy. You know what I mean? You could be chasing money, workaholics. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, you forget about your family, your woman or something like that. Chasing everything but love, consideration, you look at that. Look how he's tied to that, right? You could, love clothes and fame and hype. Nothing wrong with that, but to excess, right? Yeah. How do women view you? They definitely think you're nice looking. They definitely think that you could be very wealthy men and women looking in, businessmen or 9 to 5. Yeah, but your personal and your family life sucks. That's what I channel. Look at that. Personal and family life sucks. How do women view you? Is he a provider, or does he have the money, or can he make the money? If you're homeless and whatever your such dynamics are, living in a hotel car, they know your potential, this energy that you can make the money. You know what I mean? But when you get the money, are you going to change? You ever hear them say when people get the lottery, do people change? If you was a person that had, how they say shitty character, it's just going to be, sensationalized. It's going to be, magnetized, whatever. That's not the word. Magnified. You're just shitty and people can really see it. But if you're loving and caring, you're still going to be loving and caring. So you could be the kind of person that you come off one way and next thing you know, you get money. And then you see this whole side is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And that could have always been you. You get what I'm saying? Or you could be a person who, very caring, loving type man. And then when you get some money, you're very giving and loving and caring, and they love that side about you because maybe you could have been self-loathing and self-worth and self-esteem when you didn't have it. And the next thing you know, now you got this money. Then he's so caring and loving and caring because you didn't have it. So maybe you felt like I had to play this part and put on this persona. Maybe you could have been stressed and dealt with mental health. But me, I'm not rich. I'm still going to be Terry. I'm living in a car. I'm going to be Terry. Homeless. I'm going to be Terry. Rich. I'm going to be Terry. Son, I'm hobnobbing with billionaires. I'm still going to be Terry. It's my character. Maybe you have a sense of imbalance and you feel like you have to be a certain person. As in Rome do as Romans do, but I'm talking about mental. And so it gives off flip-floppy energy. Like you can invite me to an event and maybe I can meet you in the gym and you one way and you're nice. And then when I come to your event, you treat me like shit or you avoid me. And then I have people going, why do you even like him or it's about men, men focused. And they go, cause he's this type of person. Well, I don't know him like that. I know him from the gym. You get what I'm saying? So you could have this come off as this flip-floppy energy. I hope I'm freeing somebody. Those are just examples. Give your last card. Materialistic, greedy, lack of control, impulsivity. I see a lot of addictive personalities in here. You could be a Virgo. You could be a Taurus. I'm a Taurus. You could be a Capricorn. You could be an Aries. You don't have to be, right? Or the women that you like or love, or you asking about how they view you, they could be that. You don't have to be, Yeah. And how do women view men in Pile 3? Flip-floppy, bipolar, indecisive, optimistic, pessimistic. I can't call it. 7 of Wands, persistent, competition. You could be very competitive. You could have faced a lot of challenges. Stand your ground. How do women view you? You could have had a lot of ups and downs, right? Not a lot of consistency. You could have been easily influenced, or people could talk about you, judge you, have perceive you a certain way, so you have to stand your ground. Or you could have been that kind of person that gossip and talked about other people. Like you're flip floppy. I can't do this reading. I can't do this reading. But there's some tarot card readings will show hit this reading, but they will pick up different energy, right? Because we're all different. And sometimes I pick up good energy, and sometimes I pick up bad energy, depending on the men. It could be 3 men looking at. How do women view you, Pile 3? How do women view men in Pile 3? Help me get out of self. Help me to get out of ego. Help me provide love, encouragement, and support. How do women view you? Knights of Cups. My favorite card. Prodigal child. He go out there and do everything he been bad enough to do. This is how I learned it, right? This is my Knights of Cups. When I tell everybody that I've been doing my readings almost 7 years. So when I'm talking to you, if you're new on Facebook, because I'm talking to my people that I always talk to, right? But I still want to be clear, so because you don't know what I'm saying. But I have a Knights of Cups, Rider's Waite, right? I have a lot of decks. I have one deck from Africa that I'm not allowed to present in America, right? And it's a Heka, H-E-K-A, right? It's a forbidden, right? I love that deck. If I could, I would. Heka cards, H-E-K-A, right? I got it 6 years ago. But and there's a lot of occult decks, right? And then I make cards. So there's just oracle cards, and then be scared of, like, some people just make cards and they give readings because some people are afraid of tarot cards. But they say that the Knights of Cups goes out and don't come back. But from my confirmations, because I'm a different person, we're all different. When my Knights of Cups come back, because he done did everything he's big man enough to do, this is how women see you. You come back and you stay, right? Because you could be very idealistic, romanticize, money, everything, temptation, lust, chasing height, whatever you romanticize, a lot of illusions. That's how women view you. But this one is very the one that they say. This is one as people how women view you is that you could come home but then you could switch up and go right back out there and repeat the same behaviors and the same cycles, right? Romantic, yeah, they find you romantic. You could be moody. Is that moody down there? You could be very moody, adventurous. Terry, look at that flip flop, right? I be channeling you just look up to me. Knights of Cups could be very flip-floppy personality. I feel like you have some addictive personality and very charming. Women love you. They enjoy being with you. They just can't settle you down mentally, physically, spiritually, because you're very indecisive. Get your last card. How do women view Power 3? Flip-floppy. Said that. Indecisive, optimistic, pessimistic. I can't put them out in the cold. I can't, like I said, long-term relationship. Even if I was in a long-term relationship, it's always something. It's always something. God, it's always something. I'm pretty sure you might hear women say it's always something. And women looking in, if it's a man that you dealt with, how women view you. Maybe you was in love with him. Next thing you know, it's like, oh my God, it's always something. Don't mean that you don't love them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you can't plan. You can't plan. Right? Maybe you say you're going to come take care of the kids and you don't. Maybe you're a great dad for a whole year and then you're not around. Maybe you say I can be with you and love you and you next thing you know, you leave me for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you treated me really nice and sweet and then you switched up. It's this type of energy. Get your last card. How do women view Power 3? What time is it? They have to put, they want me to tell you, they have to put boundaries on you, right? 5 of Hazard again. Same card. Put women out in the cold. 5 of Hazard, 5 of Coins, Pentacles. Same thing. Poverty, financial loss, anxiety. Got it again. Desperation, hope coming. Look at that. Look at that. Does she look like she in control? Yeah. 5 of Hazard is they can't plan. It's a lot of flip-flopping. She likes chaos, confusion. You know what I'm saying? Disillusionment. I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? Well, she look like she looking in the garbage. Some of y'all could be homeless, or you made some financial investments that wasn't good. Maybe you have risky, impulsive behaviors or addictive personalities. In the car, some of y'all got in a car accident and then could have been drinking and driving. Look at that car. So I've never seen that car. I've been doing tarot card readings for 7 years. I tell people who don't know anything about tarot card, you can look at a card and see something totally different. I have words on the card that I can't read, and when they want me to read, then the words will come clear and then they'll disappear. I'm like, I couldn't read that. I didn't even see that, right? See, some of y'all could have been in a car accident and right back and drink and drive, right? Or distracted, texting and driving, right? Yeah, some of y'all stayed in some seedy hotels, STDs, gave them some STDs. That's how they view you. You know what I mean? Some of y'all, that looks like a high-rise apartment in the hood, right? So some of y'all could live really, really good, but behind closed doors, you could be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's how women view you. What is this? 4 of Wands. They feel like, this is a soulmate card. They feel like you're your soulmate, right? Look at the different imagery. Reward, prosperity, celebration, reconciliation, challenges coming. But look at the zombies. Like, this is not the original Rider's Waite. Look at the image. It looks like, you're my soulmate, but yeah, you might come with some shit. I gave you a birthday party, but then you got really drunk, or you got belligerent, or you know what I'm saying? Or, or you was mad, or you didn't appreciate it, or you didn't say thank you, or, or you was too friendly with my friend, or overly flirtatious. Like, this is these type of, how women see the men, but I still love you and I want to talk about it and I still want to be with you because I feel like you're my soulmate. Could you stop drinking so much? Or could you stop being verbally aggressive? Or could you be on time? Did you have to work so much? Or you said you was going to pick up the kid? It's a 4 of Wands. Like, you got everything to be a great man, right? But you have this flip-floppy energy. Look at all these 2s. You know what I mean? Look at that 4 of Wands. 2 plus 2 is 4. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these wands. Wands is desire, lust, temptation, business. Look at the Hazard. Some of y'all could be, Aries, Sagittarius, Leos. Yeah. Is that Wands? I don't know. I'm trying to learn them. And I feel like Queen of Swords, I feel like they have to put up boundaries with you. How do they view you? They have to put up boundaries with you. Maybe you don't know how to respect boundaries. Until you could be intelligent, sharp tongue, handle herself, don't be fooled. I don't feel like this is you. Now, maybe you have to put up boundaries with women, and that's how they view you for small, minute. But my first energy is women have to put up boundaries with you. That's how they view you. Some of y'all could drink. Look at that. They have to stay. Look at, she got her Uzi. They have to stay on guard because they don't know how you gonna act. They don't know how you gonna act. Pile 3. That's a lot of flip-floppy energy. I'm sorry, it wasn't a great reading at all. But I mean, it is what it is. Let me give you my last tarot. How do women view you? Flip-floppy. You could be cold. You something now. Or you could be great. It depends. Very moody. Flip-floppy. Somebody could be temperamental. It could be really, really nice. It depends. How do women view you? Let me get one card. Come on. How do women view you? It came out again. Where's the You got 5 of coins 3 times. Look up the 5. There's nothing good about the 5 of coins. You put women out in the cold. Short term. They cannot predict you. I told you, I don't care if you're married. These women could be side pieces or whatever. It is not stable. No stability. It's a faulty foundation. It's not longevity. Even if it's longevity and these women been with you 30, 40 years, you're not consistent. Right? You could be emotionally unavailable. You could have outside relationships. You could be a faithful man, but you're not very loving and caring, or you're not very motivated in a relationship. Because women, even though women, changed a lot, they still, like gifts and, and want to hear compliments and go different places and, feel needed and stuff like that. You could be stuck in your ways. I have never done a reading. Never. Out of my 7 years, got 5 of coins 3 times. So that's my confirmation from the ancestors and the ancients saying, Terry, say what I tell you to say. These men right here are flip-floppy and they're not consistent and they're very difficult to have relationships with. They're not very well balanced. And I'm sorry, it is what it is. Look up 5 of coins. Look up 5 of coins. You got it 3 times. That's it. Get off my channel.